Right, so this is our first game for the Zeal Will Friday. This is simply known as Courtroom. So I think someone was inspired by the game Grimblood for reasons unknown to most of the world. And yeah, it's Grimblood was essentially a whodunit kind of game. It had the text-to-speech implementation on there. It was very weird. Had a very weird interface. Had very weird graphics. And yeah, I guess someone was inspired enough to go for Courtroom. So here we go. Here we go. And that is a very blue screen. So yeah, we're running this on an ADF file. Normally I go for IPF files, I go for like the original disk files because then it's, you're sort of playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, the way it's supposed to be programmed. Oh my! But yeah, we could only locate ADF files on this one. Okay, an interesting opening screen. Courtroom, copyright 89, Fair Brother, and how is that pronounced? Soe Parman? Got the address there. Art by T. Malone. Last Justice, yeah. Oh yeah, I can just about make out the scales there. I guess one. Oh, okay, what do we want to be? Defense or prosecution? I guess prosecution. Okay, so we've got there Lawrence Liberal. Oh, get it? Even Stephen and Roger Wright. Wow, it's right before right. So I'm guessing those are like the difficulty levels, maybe. Pronounce spaceman. You have to sing it in the style of Babylon. So I don't remember that. Okay, so if this is by order of difficulty, one being the easiest, we'll go for one. Court docket. So we've got arson, assault, bank robbery, and bribery. I guess we'll go for arson. So what we got here at the bottom? Irrelevant, hearsay, privileged, character, opinion. Okay, so I guess when you're calling out witnesses and they say something bogus, you sort of say objection and you click one of those boxes, I imagine. Yeah, I like to think that there's just like one person in the courtroom with just like a giant petrol can. Call the first witness. Oh, hello, here we go. So we got one of those menu systems where you right click to bring it out. Case synopsis witnesses. Okay. Some very detailed photorealistic faces. Sally Mink, Penny Still Pusher, Calvin Fur, Roy Terran, Vogue, Bob Cruz, uh, there's two people with burns on the name. Is this just because it's not because it's an. Oh no, it's because it's an arse in this case. There's people with burns in the title. I'm surprised there's not Hellfire and Brimstone. Something like Danny Fire. The case of Mr. Burns and Bart Simpson. Okay, so I got an option of continue. Do we click on? Okay, I thought that you could click on each of the faces. I'm guessing there's no manual for this. I'm gonna have a quick look. Okay, there is something on Lemon Amiga about this, but yeah, I don't see anything on the Hall of Light. Oh wait a second. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not about courtroom, but the first thing that came on the search engine was Pro Tennis Tour because it's a court. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Courtroom, Hall of Light. Here we go. This is it. We found. Oh, okay, we found it, but doesn't come with a manual. Okay, never mind. This Phoenix Wright remake looks a bit crap. We give it the benefit of the doubt. Wait, how did we? Okay, defendant claims Calvin Furr took kickbacks for supplying phony invoices to all his customers. What's that got to do with fire? Right, so do we click on the letter and then? I see, I see. Weird that you couldn't just click on the letter and then it would automatically bring it up. You had to click on the letter and then the biography. A cashier who worked at Higher Fashions until it was destroyed by fire. Why am I laughing at that? That's cruel. Okay. Oh, mink. Right, because she's making a mink. She's a cashier. Right, so click to get out of that. Penny Sill Pusher. Accountant for the Burns brothers. Okay, so those two are brothers then? Chief supplier of expensive clothes and fur coats for high fashions. Hence the extra R to make it look like a proper surname, but it's not. I see. A neighborhood resident who was walking home from a tavern near High Fashions just before the fire was reported. Ellie Vogue is a sales clerk at High Fashions, so it says about her. Bob Cruz. I do like that name, Bob Cruz. Sounds like a yeah, 90s detective. A policeman patrolling the area around High Fashions the night the store caught fire. Okay, so Hal Burns is the defendant, claims an angry customer threatened to burn the store. And Woody Burns. Defendant claims Calvin Furr took kickbacks for supplying phony invoices to all his customers. Hmm. Okay then. So, I guess we're going to continue. Calling the first witness. I'm not even sure if it's loading anything or not. I'm not hearing a loading sound. Your money's on Roy Terry being the guilty party. Oh, yeah, well done. Yeah, loitering, Reutering. It really is. It really is like Phoenix Wright before Phoenix Wright, isn't it? All the silly puns on the names. If only there was a person called Ivor Done It. Is this actually loading anything here? Oh, this speech. Oh, we gotta put that on. Assuming it's not already on there. Oh, so just do we have to do it manually? No. Okay, that's. Wait a second. Just takes us back to there. Oh, so we get to choose. I hope. Defense turn. Click then on. Oh, here we go.
I removed the fire extinguishers from both floors of the store. He said they needed to be exchanged every 5 years. Unquote.
Unquote. Is that true? Every 5 years? I suppose back in the day, I didn't realise. I thought it was a lot shorter than that. From both floors at the store, he said they needed to. Okay, what do we do after that? Do we go for all of this stuff then? Hearsay, privilege, character. Wait, that flickered, didn't it? Hmm. It's not too clear what you have to do next. Like, it's not. Like, there's no real sort of clear indicator. Like, do you just click on hearsay or do you click on like hearsay and then like objection? Because it doesn't seem like either button seems to be working. This is when Stephen Hawking was alive. Do we still click? Okay, we're fine. Material evidence. A newspaper clipping in which a police spokeswoman is quoted as saying that the fire was of suspicious origin. I mean, it's a fire. Of course it is. So I guess we have to choose one of those boxes again and then keep continuing on with the defense. Okay, so we just click on defense. Why does it say objection? Okay, so we can object to that, but objection overruled. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Either I'm slow on the uptake here, but I'm finding this very like the flow of the game. I'm not sure exactly what sort of how to like progress it. Like if it was like more clear, like if it just said like if there was buttons here that just said this is suspicious or just like continue on, like it gives you more of a sort of forceful direction.
Woody nodded his head when I asked him if it was true that they were behind on paying the sales taxes.
Judge Bobby presiding, yeah. Everyone will dread that. Woody nodded his head when I asked him. By the way, can you look at the biographies again? You can, that's good. Until it was destroyed by. Okay, I don't understand that bit because we didn't even click objection there. I just wanted the text to continue. I mean, we would have clicked objection ourselves if that was a problem.
I worked at high fashions for almost 2 years.
I mean, okay, that's not really anything. So we just go on to admissible and then defense.
If you ask me,
Why did we have to do that
RFD1 will
twice?
arrange the arson.
Um, how? Which one was how? How Burns. Claims an angry customer threatened to burn the store. Expensive clothes and fur coats for high fashion. I mean, shall we go to objection and then hearsay? As it will have to say to that. Or hearsay and then objection and then go to defense. And it just says objection overruled. Why did that flash as well? Irrelevant. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm not a huge fan of the interface here. Right, so once they're done, they blank out. Okay, so there's a okay, fine, fine, fine. That makes sense. Objection. Why? Because it's devastating to my case. Overruled. Yeah. How you doing, Demi? Hope all is well. So, chief supplier of expensive clothes and fur coats in high fashion. Okay, so if we click on C and then continue. Call the next witness. Objection. And why is it not? Oh wait. Uh, three witnesses. So we clicked on C biography, then continue. Why is it still on this screen? I'm not even. I'm not even sure if this is buggy or not. What's that bottom row secondary from left? Let's have a look. Or do we go and hang on a sec? Oh, this one here. Oh, sorry, second from left. That one. Oh, I thought you were going to point out that he was the one responsible. Oh, so he looks like a recent prime minister. Interesting. Oh, second from right. Okay. I mean, this is a waste of the court's time, but duly noted. Maybe we should have read this first, actually. During the course of the tax evasion investigation, the district attorney in July learned that the owners of Burns Higher Fashions had underpaid state and local sales taxes. by $23,000. The owner's brothers Hal and Woody Burns then submitted invoices from their clothing distributor, Cabin Fur, purporting the document sales correspondent to the amount of sales tax which they, the Burns brothers, had actually paid. In August, however, Calvin Fur informed the DA that the invoices he had supplied the Burns were false. Shortly after, the clothing store caught fire and burned to the ground. The DA suspected that the Burns had set the fire to destroy the actual sales records, and they were arrested for arson. Okay, we have stumbled on a problem because we do not know how to click on the next. Click on the next witness. Or do you click on that section first and then? Oh, now we haven't even got a menu to bring up. Now we have. Uh, I'm not sure what's going on here. If there is something on, maybe there is something on Lemon Amiga. Just the manual. Oh wait, that's something different. Okay, interesting. I was expecting much lower reviews from this, but 6.33 from 3 votes, so just above average. And Info Magazine, Info 32 gives it 3 out of 5. But yeah, I just can't make heads or tails of the interface, and I do not know why. Trouble is, there's nothing. I can't see anything online as of how to sort of go about each section, so I'm a little bit lost here, which is a bit of a shame. Like honestly, it should say like call the next witness. Then you just click on continue, and then you got the portraits there. You click one, and it's done like automatically. Last time we clicked on witnesses and seemed to work. So yeah, we click on we what did we click on? Calvin Fur. So that would make sense. You click on the C there. Yeah, you can click on the letter there. And then you right click. So we've seen the biography. And then we click on continue. And then yeah, it just puts us back to this screen. But that's the only thing. I I don't even know if it's if it's like if we're just waiting for the next witness to show up. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to reset. We're going to leave a save state at the beginning of the game. Like I say, it's made more difficult because there's no like proper, like I was gonna say walkthrough, but I don't really want to walk through like a just like a guide, how to get started, how to just like how to sort of process each part of the game. It is yeah. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not figuring it out correctly, but it does feel a touch convoluted. I mean, whatever. We'll go for a defense this time. Okay, so if we save here, maybe, I don't know, go for too difficult. I don't think it really matters at this stage. Choose from the court docket. What should we go with? Bank robbery. Sounds traditional. Oh, I really can't stand those books. Yeah, anything that says like whatever for dummies. It's crazy because those books are just like just like really thick, very hard to understand. It's like just makes us feel even like you're reading it, your intelligence just like ebbs away. Welcome to Courtroom for Dummies. Here's many pages of just like very small black and white text. Read it and understand it. I like I like how the pictures are all in black and white, except the pipe. The pipe stays in different colour. I mean, I do appreciate. There must be like multiple drawings of these. I do like stuff like that. Ooh, Claire A. Cool. Daphne Hare. Wade Rat. Why is there a rabbit theme going on? Larry Lord. Oh, we defending Sally Till. Um, we should have actually. We forgot to write. We forgot to look at the yeah, the main synopsis of the case. There we go. So at noon, I mean, it looks like a lot of effort has been made into this. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like all this stuff is like randomly generated, which is kind of cool. What have we got here? At noon, June 13th, man entered the Fairview First National Bank and handed a teller a handwritten note saying, "Give me all your money, I have a gun." Wow. Okay, I mean, that's quite apt. The teller gave all of her cash to the man and stepped on the alarm. Officer Tracker was arriving on the scene when he saw a man emerge from the bank and run into the alley. The officer chased him and saw him run into the entrance of a nearby motel. Officer Tracker and another policeman, with the permission of the motel manager, knocked on every door of the motel until Officer Tracker recognized the fleeing man. A search of his room uncovered a revolver and $3,000 cash. Robin Rabbit, arrested for robbery, claims he was watching television in his brother's motel room at the time of the robbery. I mean, I don't know, this bit could be a lie. Give me all your money, I have a gun. Like the teller and the person could be working with each other. But then again, I don't know the full story. When I saw the defendant enter the bank, I was surprised because I remembered we had closed his account. So what do we click on here? Admissible or continue? Do we just okay? It just feels weird that you have to keep clicking on defense rather than I don't know. Maybe there should be just like an OK button. I shouldn't really think of Phoenix Wright because obviously two. I mean, this game was like done in '89, and that Phoenix Wright was what? What was that? Early 2000s? Very early 2000s, I think. Which and obviously it was like deliberately dumbed down. Whereas this one might be like portraying more of a real life sort of law scenario. Saw the when the robber saw the silent alarm flashing, he took off. Ah, there you go. There you go. Admissible or objectionable? Stepped on the alarm. I mean, that seems to make sense. So you click on that and then click on defense again. Okay, well this seems fine at the moment. I don't know if that last court case, had like bugs and stuff, but this seems to be okay. There's a bit of a flow here now. Game made by lawyers for lawyers. Handwritten note demanding. Sorry, material evidence. Handwritten note demanding money that the robber left behind at the bank. The handwriting has not been identified as the defendant's. Jessica, how's it going? You can't handle the truth, yeah. Thing is, how does the person know it wasn't his writing? That wasn't his handwriting. Manager of the Dewdrop Inn. Okay, so definitely Hare engaged to Robin Rabbit. So who's Wade then? Who is Wade? Right, defendant's brother. Okay. Oh, is deaf. Signs his testimony to an interpreter. So hang on a moment. Oh, that's annoying because I wanted to go back to that menu again because just to sort of recognize the face and stuff. Okay. Unfortunate. Um. So if we click on this again, okay. Why didn't it? What? It's weird why it didn't say stuff like this when we were the prosecutor last time. Yeah, we've definitely been there with Scordion. How's it going? But yeah, it could be Phoenix Wright before Phoenix Wright. I don't know. Maybe we'll raise an objection here. Yeah, and now it should say on what basis do you find this objectionable, and then it sort of highlights those options more. All right, jury. Yeah. The handwriting has not been ident. I mean, it hasn't. I don't think it's been notified. So I'm going to say that's an opinion. Oh, okay. I just how like how they just say overruled. Don't tell you why. Just overruled. Well, fine. You recognise the hold up man as a former customer. What does it mean by contents? Well, okay then. Never saw the gun, but he saw a bulge in his pocket. Okay, don't think the court wants to know that. Some utopia yesterday. Had to print out the handbook and you had it in your lap to understand. What are you doing? But it's lots of fun. I think you might do that with some other complex Amiga games just to see what the fuss is all about. Yeah, go for it, go for it, go for it. I don't think I've even heard of Utopia. But yeah, they're kind. I don't mind, reading thoroughly into games if it's, if the reward is well worth it. Like if you sort of like spend, I don't know, an hour a day, a week trying to figure out the game, and it's really not, it's not really presentable. It's not, yeah, it's not really worth engaging further into it. Well, but then again, I don't know until you try these things. Never saw the gun, but I saw a bulge in his pocket. Because he just handed in the note that said he had a gun. I mean, that sounds like it could be an opinion because the bulge in his pocket might imply that he's just, I don't know, got his hand in his pocket or he's got something else, just like, I don't know, like a wallet or anything. That could be an opinion, couldn't it? But okay, if it's overruled, it's overruled. Yeah, I really don't like that thing, but okay, fine. Just like, objection. No, it's not. Okay, fine. You may continue. Defendant used to have an account at our bank. Okay. Had a hard time with PDF handbooks for these complex games. Find it easy to have it printed out. Yeah, it feels like. I mean, we don't really. That's the problem. I mean, it does feel like the game. You need to sort of like type it out on WordPad and just sort of have that on one side and have the game on the other side, and really sort of, just to see if it's like, pinpoint accurate. Okay, so call the next witness. So, witnesses. I do like how that's blanked out now. But yeah, this is the bit that gets me next. I don't know. We got stuck on this last time, didn't we? Well, we tried the prosecution bits last time, but I think it either bugged out or it was very confusing what to do next. And I think we're having the same problem now because now we're doing a defense. We're now doing like a defense attorney. I guess defending someone against a bank robbery. But yeah, this is where we got stuck there. As soon as it said call the next witness, what do you do now? Do you click on the face? Obviously, you don't click on the prosecution. All of these are unselectable. But where do you click? You click out of that. Do we just continue from there? Witnesses, and then we select one of them. Yeah, okay. So I was saying it was either bugged or it's just it's not easy to figure out how to move on the next section. So yeah, leaning towards the latter. I mean, if people have reviewed it, they must have managed to get to at least one or two games going in. Like I'd honestly thought that you would just click on another letter like Daphne Hare, and then go on to just continue, and then that's it. Oh well, there you go. We did that before. Did we not do that before? Or did we have to pick on a specific one? I'm very certain that I did that before, and it just said, it just gave us the same picture. Okay, whatever. Maybe, I'm gonna look back at this video and realize where I've gone wrong in like multiple occasions. But in any event, yeah, maybe I just confused the game programming by just doing a few random things. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so prosecution turn. So do we still click on defense or prosecution? We click on prosecution this time. Okay, here we go. Me and Robin. By the way, I'm not sure how this goes on. If this was like if this took part in a real courtroom, I don't know all the, you know, ins and outs and stuff like that. I never did law, thankfully. I thought doing law at college just was like incredibly, well, not just incredibly boring, but so like complicated. Me and Robin went to the theatre the night before the robbery. So do we keep clicking on prosecution? Objection sustained. Eh? What? So you admit, yeah, you admit it already. Robin is a very thrifty person. We've been saying up for a down payment on a house. So did you see that? It sort of clicked it as we clicked on prosecution. We that bit briefly highlighted. Yeah, I wish it was just as easy as this person did it. It's like, well, how did you guess? Well, we just guessed. No one can afford a house. Robin's brother is deaf. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Robin's brother. Yeah, I actually quite, I do kind of like the pictures, especially the brown pipe from the otherwise black and white character. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a bug or not, but I noticed I clicked on admissible and it's like, okay, continue, so click prosecution. I had to do that twice in order for that to change. The money that the police found was money that Robin had won on at the racetrack. Let's have a look at Robin's profile. Hmm. Claims the police had no right to search his room without a search warrant, so the money and the guns should not be allowed as evidence. Digging the games that go for realism. I don't mind it, but it just feels a little bit too realistic. Realistic with these very well drawn pictures. Like, how does she know that? The game that's harder than passing. Yeah, maybe. Certainly hard to sort of navigate around. Okay, I wanted to raise an objection there, but maybe you can't at this. I don't know. Maybe you can only do it once it actually says it, but yeah, I don't know. Robin was saving money to send his deaf brother to a special college. We went to the racetrack the previous Saturday. Robin won over $2,700. It's a very specific amount of money. Okay, so it looks like we take it in turns. Like we pick a character to defend, and um, the prosecutor picks a character to prosecute, and then it just goes off and on like that. I'm guessing. So was it A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D? Hmm. The pipe dude looks suspicious. Walter Mack. I think that's supposed to be him. Owner of Max Trucking, employer of Robin Rabbit. So we're going to continue. Hopefully we'll get that character. No. Why not? Oh, that could be the reason. Yeah. Pick characters from the first row. Okay. Let's try that then. So we've picked what was her name? Sally Till, was it? So what was Claire A. Cool? Saw the robbery suspect leave the bank. Okay, so we go. So if we go continue, there we go. Yeah. So if we click on defense, here we go. Yeah. Okay, that was on. That was on me. I thought we could just click on anyone, but yeah, fair enough. Anyhow, the robber kept looking all around and scanning. I don't think we got enough time to fulfill the whole case, so we might have to like speed click it. I don't know. The robber kept looking all around and scanning the ceiling before he went up to the teller. Um, the robber kept looking around and scanning the ceiling before he went up to the teller. Just before the robbery, the defendant spent about 10 minutes at one of the customer service tables. The robber wore the same kind of shoes that the defendant is wearing. Is that relevant? Material evidence, a videotape. Oh, here we go. A videotape of the robbery taken by hidden camera at the bank. Okay then, so call the next witness. How do we do that? There we go. So saying is this our turn or the prosecutor, i.e. the CPU? So do we click on? Okay. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a handle on it now. I know how it's sort of taken in turns. It's still, yeah, I'll say this much. It's not my kind of thing. It's, I don't know, it sort of lacks, it does lack interest. For me, anyway. And I still feel like, very much like with the game Grimblood, it has a very, I don't know, the interface is a little bit awkward. Maybe if there was a manual around, I'd understand it a bit more. It does feel like you need to understand court rules and have a clear understanding about what objection. Yeah, yeah. How objections might work, definitely. Like instead of saying stuff like objection overruled, maybe give us a reason why. Like it's like arguments and then counter arguments and that sort of thing. Not illegal to own a weapon in Fairview. I mean, again, that could just be an opinion, couldn't it? Wade opened the door after the police identified themselves. Like maybe that's the computer opponent selecting objection. I don't know. Right, so I think it's the CPU when it says when we saw like a white flash there. We saw a white flash there first. So maybe that's the CPU saying objection irrelevant, objection overruled. Maybe that's what's taking place there. After I bounced at just a that sounds suspicious. Like, are we supposed to be defending this person? The manager of the Dewdrop Inn is an alcoholic. Saying that's an objection irrelevant. Oh, there we go. Objection sustained. Wow, we've got to see a different thing. Okay, sadly we've got to wrap things up in the minute. We've got to give each game its due course. First impressions. Hmm. First impressions. Hmm. It's interesting to see that games like these exist. Not a game that's fun. I mean, it's still classified as a game, obviously. Not a game that's fun, not one that you can sort of dive right into, but rather a game that just like completely adheres to attorneys and law and things. I guess it was brave of them to do something like that, knowing that this will just like cater towards a niche sort of audience. And to me, like I don't mind these kind of games existing. Same thing applies to when playing Grimblood. If it was a little bit easier to understand, if the interface, if the buttons, if there were options that were a little bit more clearer, then maybe I'll be more sort of engaged into it. It seems like it's assumed that we know what law and courtrooms are all about, rather than sort of like explaining it. Yeah, I mean, either the manual's not available or we had to delve a bit deeper to find it. Uh, only one, only one review of the game on whole, 3 out of 5. A crash course on rules of evidence and judicial. Has that pronounced judicial procedure is presented in the manual for legal. Oh, okay, right, yeah. So yeah, I think I stand by what I say when I say this caters towards a very niche audience. So yeah, the prosecutor's saying that's admissible. Call the next witness. Yeah, apologies, but the hour is up. But yeah, it'd be nice to see in chat to see not, both on Twitch and YouTube watching it. Maybe I've completely lost the plot. Maybe I've maybe I was a bit too hesitant. Maybe I pressed on some wrong options accidentally. Obviously, that's what wrong options are all about. But yeah, I did find the interface a little bit difficult to understand. But at the same time, it's nice to explore stuff that's completely, yeah, this was completely out of my element. But yeah, very, very intriguing nonetheless.